Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I just wanted to do a little bit of an energy check-in just to see what you need to hear for your growth, development, spiritual journey, manifestations, whatever your intentions are for watching this video. For some people, they want to heal on an emotional, deeply cellular level. For some people, maybe they need some advice on how to up-level their life and get their manifestations, right? Like whatever your intentions are, like I am intending that this video really helps you, okay? So I recently got this new Oracle deck from Amityville Like TikTok has these, this is what they look like. Yeah, TikTok has these, you know how there's like a blind date with a book bundle or like a set, right? It's like a mystery bundle where they give you a bunch of things, right? So there's also one for tarot cards and oracle cards, and I got a bunch of other cool things. Like I got this purple candle, I got this interesting looking pen, I got incense, lion incense. I'm actually filming this during Leo season. I even got some tea, which is really cool. And then I got this one oracle card, okay? Oh, and I got these really cute stickers. Oh my god, I love these stickers so much. They're so cute. Yeah. Oh, whoa, that's so crazy. Something just fell off my shelf. I feel like that's definitely a sign. I even got this crystal, okay? But yeah, Amityville Apothecary. This video is not sponsored by them or anything. I just really like their service. This is my second time getting a blind date with first time I got a blind date with a tarot deck thing, okay, and came with a bunch of other cool things. I think I did post on here somewhere a couple videos back. I don't even remember, but it's definitely on my TikTok, same username. Yeah, but this time I got an oracle deck, which is really cool. Yeah, so this oracle deck is actually called the Awakened Soul. I really like this so far. I'm really loving the vibe of this deck, okay? So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the reading. I already went ahead and pre-shuffled the cards. I also lit some incense to cleanse the energy of this deck, and I actually have an orange candle that I'm lighting up. It's really good for sacral chakra healing. Sacral chakra has to do with emotions, pleasure, creativity, even like relationships sometimes, right? But yeah, I have an orange candle lit up. It's on the other side of the room with all my, it's like I have this like little altar for my incense. But yeah, I'm getting like Leo fiery energies, also solar plexus and sacral chakra energy, like yellow orangish energy. Like maybe spirit is telling you to really step into that creative mode, create more. I really like this one affirmation related to the solar plexus chakra that has to do with confidence and security. I'm confident, secure in myself, confident, secure in my abilities. Okay, we also have this bee energy here. Bees are really good for so many different things. They're really good for the environment. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick some more cards. Or I'm going to go ahead and get started with picking the cards. It's almost like I had these like cards that I was envisioning, and I was like channeling them and like, saying, like, delivering and yeah, just talking about all these messages. But anyways, let's go ahead and actually get started with the reading. We have here unplug. Ooh, I really like this. Yeah, unplug from social media, unplug from certain things that don't serve you, unplug from like heavy, deeply emotional things. It's okay to like, be aware of what's going on, but don't do it to the point where it's like impacting you on a negative level. Even unplug from like society or like relationships or friendships for a bit, or like just recharge, be in solitude, okay, and then you can go back with like a higher sense of energy, like more energy, things like that, right? So yeah, unplugging from social media or just going outside and taking a walk. Something that's really helped me is like taking a walk without like listening to anything. Maybe I'll just be saying my affirmations while going on the walk, or I'll be listening to like frequency music or words with no lyrics, okay? Or just I will not be checking my social media while I go on a walk, right? So unplugging can really help sometimes. It does wonders for the brain. Let's go and pick some more cards here. Connection, yeah, connection with people, making real, deep, true, and tried connections with people rather than superficial, surface level connections, people who you feel really connected to. And it's okay to be friends with everyone, be friendly with everyone, right? But then there's some people who just we feel more connected to than others, right? We also have here compassion, yeah, extending your compassion to people. I'm also seeing that for a lot of you, you're going to be met with compassion. It could be that a stranger will help you do something. I live in New York City, and like, people think New Yorkers are rude, this, that, but I've actually had multiple people on multiple occasions help carry my bags. Like even those finance bros, I always make fun of them. It's so funny, but like sometimes when they saw me struggling with like bags, like they would just carry it without even like, me asking them. Like they just saw me struggle, and like this random guy just helped like carry my bags up. It was really nice. Yeah, we also have your cleanse, like cleanse your energy. I love doing this. Okay, for me, I'm a huge incense girly. I love lighting incense. I love lighting like candles or just like burning things. I really like the energy of like fire. Like fire cleanses a lot. You can do candle flame meditation where you intensely deeply stare at the candle, and that cleanses energy, that cleanses your mind. Okay, it's very therapeutic. It does wonders for your mind. Okay, and then we have your vision. Oh, I really like this. Her third eye is open here. Okay, yeah, vision. Like stay true to your vision. I'm also seeing that for a lot of you, you're going to be opening your third eye, or you're going to be getting some clear answers and insights from the universe about like what you should do, or like, you know, you're really going to be upholding this vision that again aligns with like the best version of your life, what you really need to do to thrive, excel, succeed. Okay, I'm seeing like you're really going to be tapping into your clairvoyant psychic abilities, and you're going to be able to like see things on a deeper level. You're going to be kind of like reading in between the lines. I feel like a lot of you are good at like reading energies and reading like reading things on a very deep level. Like you see things that other people don't, and maybe you're like, people think you're like really woo woo and kind of crazy, but it's like in a good way. I feel like there's like people in your life like really like that, like they like that kind of stuff. And a lot of people really appreciate your talents. I feel like you're going to be appreciated for your clairvoyant psychic abilities. If you're someone who does tarot readings or psychic work or spiritual work, I feel like a lot of people might be asking you for advice on certain things. Okay, we also have your song. Ooh, I love sound bath, sound bowl healing, lighting candles. Oh, we have this cardinal. I really like this. I like looking for cardinals. I think cardinals are a good sign that like good things are about to come into your life. I always associate them with positivity and kind of like fiery energy, maybe getting your motivation back, getting your spark back. Okay, song, yeah, songs and music can really have like healing frequencies. I don't know how true this is, but I did read something about how like certain frequencies can even help reduce tumors. Again, this is just something I read. I don't know if it's true. This is not medical advice. It's for entertainment purposes, but I know that when people listen to music or they engage in music, like they feel good, whatever that music may be or whatever it means to them personally, right? So yeah, the, you know, songs, the sound of nature, it can be actual songs, actual music, yeah, like nature sounds, or you know, the sounds of waves, the sounds of like you know, like the trees, like can you even hear wind? Honestly, it's funny that this reminds me of that one meme about like, oh, can you hear wind? Like this person's trying to be like really deep and spiritual, and the person's just looking at them like, what? Like what did you just say? Or like, yeah, you know, like just like hearing things, maybe hearing messages from your higher self, even lyrics, melodies, tunes. For some reason, I'm like channeling that one song, like Shawty's like a melody in my head, like Replay by Ayaz. If you know, you know, that was like a huge like popular song in middle school. Yeah. We also have your solitude. Oh my god, I literally channeled solitude. I had no idea this card was going to come up, but when that unplugged thing came up, it's like solitude, like heal in solitude, recharge in solitude. Yeah, you know, sometimes being in solitude can really help recharge your battery, and like that'll help you also discern things that are good for you and not good for you. And for me, like being in solitude, especially like I've been on a lot of solo trips to like other countries, like international countries, and that's really helped me raise my standards in life, because I'm someone who never had standards. I never had boundaries. I never had like, you know, like real, like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I lacked in self-love and self-respect, and I was able to, like, when I traveled alone, when I did everything by myself, I'm like, I can do this myself. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, that's hyper independent, trauma response, this, that, right? Yeah, maybe it is, who knows, but like it helped me raise my standards. It helped me like delete things and remove things out of my life that were no longer serving me. It helped me like kind of even like discern, like just, I don't know, like really deeply think about things. I'm like, is this really benefiting me, or am I just like in this because it's convenient or whatever, right? And I think that's a good thing. You know, the one thing I do want to talk about is like, I really like that like Eastern culture like promotes like family connection and things like that. I think that's a great, beautiful thing. But like on the other side of that, I'm just saying, like, as a woman that has like noticed some pretty bad relationships, like I've been around like people who I don't think should have been like couples. I don't think they should have had kids. I don't think like there's some women who I've seen who I think had a hard time leaving bad abusive relationships because they like, you know, like especially in the East, like that's the thing I really like about like Western women and Western people. Like sometimes I do agree the culture can be like hyper independent, like people can be a little bit too selfish, right? Like yeah, like there's a spectrum, there's like, you know, like the extreme sides of each spectrum, right? But like I think a good mix is like a balance between both, right? Like mix between Eastern and Western values, because I do feel like what I was saying is that I have noticed that there were some women in my life, or in like like family friends that I feel like were with very like bad husbands. Like they like my mom has this one friend whose husband is like straight up abusive. The husband's mom is also abusive to her, and like she's really struggling a lot. Like thankfully she has my mom and a group of friends who've like really helped her a lot, but it's like you know, divorce is like taboo in the Indian culture and the South Asian culture, but it's like I think she should have left that guy a long time ago, because honestly that guy like started like spreading that abuse to like, you know, the kids and stuff like that, right? Like sorry, I should have like put a trigger warning. And I'm like you know, like sometimes like the toxicity that comes with like Eastern culture is that like you have to stay in a relationship no matter what, you have to make it work, right? Like you have to like, you know, family above everything. But it's like if your family is toxic, if your family aren't like good people, honestly, because like sometimes they're not, like sometimes family members can be like really bad people, honestly, and just because you're blood like doesn't mean you have to like, you know, be in a bad abusive relationship or like just anything that isn't serving you. And that's why I actually think like just from a spiritual level, a lot of people that are in the West right now, maybe that have experienced these things in their bloodline, maybe they've come to the West to heal these things. I actually feel like, you know, I may be healing my bloodline and maybe you're healing your bloodline. Maybe you had some ancestors that were with like, you know, that were in very subpar, mediocre, bad relationships that didn't really serve them, that they didn't really get much out of those relationships, or they weren't being respected in their relationships, they didn't have much volition or say or like, you know, anything in their relationships. And I really think that like, you know, again, a mix of both is like a good thing, okay? Like I think that like sometimes when things are not serving you, you gotta leave, bro. Like it doesn't matter like how long your friendships have been, how long you've known the person, if they're no longer like, you know, supporting you, or they're no longer just like enhancing your life, like it's okay to leave. But again, do things with discernment. For some people it's like, you know, like they want to make it work, they want to revive the connection. But even I do manifestation coaching, but like the one place where I draw the line is like I'm not going to help anyone manifest their like abusive ex or toxic ex. And if they were like really toxic to the point where like your mental health was like being drained, like I just do not feel comfortable helping with that. But I will help you manifest anything you want. Like there's like other things, like, you know, there does exist a reality. I will say there does exist a reality where you know, everything is good, that person is treating you well, you're in your happiest, healthiest timeline, right? But like sometimes being in solitude can really help you see things for what they really are. And like, you know, sometimes people won't talk about these things. Sometimes like, you know, parents won't even like talk about like the toxic things that they did, or like the toxic like values that like, you know, like they just never really fixed or cared to be aware of. But it's like maybe you're learning that, maybe you're just like, oh wait, like this actually wasn't right, you know. And I feel like you're gonna be like, you know, like once you're aware of that, like that's like, for me, I think that's half the work right there, right? And I think that's a really good thing. I think like some people you know, like they didn't have the means to get out of a bad relationship, they didn't have the means to leave their like, you know, like bad spouse, bad partner who may have been like financially, emotionally like draining or whatever, right? So I'm seeing that like right now, like what I'm channeling here is that you have all the power, all the like love, all the support in your life to like, you know, only be in relationships that feel aligned, that feel good to you. You don't have to suffer, you don't have to struggle, right? Honestly, even like the maybe like society or your parents or your, you know, like people you're around or your family like told you that like, oh, relationships aren't supposed to be easy, they're work, like things just won't be perfect all around, you can't expect like, you know, good things all the time. You definitely can. I think that was also a huge limiting belief that was handed down. And it's like I think we're just taught to like, you know, like accept these things, like, oh yeah, no one's gonna be perfect, like, you know, like this, that, right? Like, and again, like perfection is like it's very subjective. And my thing is like, if a relationship isn't serving you, like it's okay to leave, it's okay to like cut people off, it's okay to like honor yourself, honor your values. I will say like, I'm just gonna say it, financial independence, being independent, it's a good thing. Do not let people like gaslight you into thinking like, oh, like, you know, there's something wrong with you that you're doing that, because the truth is a lot of people in the past, especially our women ancestors, did not have the like freedom to be financially independent, the freedom to leave, right? Like the freedom to do what they wanted to, right? And again, I'm not saying everything was bad. I'm sure like there were some really good relationships, there were some really supportive husbands, really supportive partners, really good people, okay? I do think that exists. And I also feel like, you know, because I'm into manifestation, we should focus more on the good. And I like, you know, I want to manifest good people into my life. I want to see men in a good way. I want to see relationships in a good way. I want to see like money being made in an ethical way. I want to see people be happy. I want to see people live their best life, okay? But I also want people to see that like, and you know, like I just want to validate you and say that like, whatever you feel like was not serving you. If you feel like, okay, this is just not in alignment, even my channel, even if you don't like my channel, that is okay. But I think everyone should have free will, you know, like rights to do whatever they want, say what they want. Okay, everyone, like, I think everyone should live a good, happy, comfortable, easy, fun life that's full of happiness, love, peace, and abundance. That is all I want for you and everyone in this world, in this universe. Okay, so yeah, anyways, I will go ahead and end the video right here. I really hope this helps. You know, take what resonates and leave what does, and you always have free will in your reality. I do want to let you know that I offer in-depth tarot readings as well as manifestation coaching. That's custom made subliminal. So if you're interested in any of these services, check out the description box below where you'll find my website. You can sign up for the services through my website. And yeah, thank you so much. Love and light.